If your content is not getting the results that you want, it should be, so listen up, because I am going to explain why and what you can do about it using this very professional diagram that I hired a very professional graphic designer to create and didn't attempt to do myself 100 times because I kept spelling words wrong. And at the end of this, I'm going to teach you something that nobody else is teaching you, a way to get maximum results from every single piece of content you create. So if you want views on your content, you create top of funnel content. This is content that appeals to a wide group of people on a topic that is relevant to them. This is usually content that is short, sharp, and easy to digest. It can be those B-roll clips with text on the screen, funny videos, relatable videos. It can also be you talking about something that's topical or trending in your niche or your space. But to make this work, you need to add novelty. There has to be something different about your content, a fresh perspective, a stronger angle, a better explanation, maybe funnier delivery. Now, if you want more followers on your content, you create middle of funnel content that speaks to a slightly more specific audience, so you're going to get less views than you would here, but they're going to convert better into followers. Because you're speaking to a defined group of people, you're solving problems, you're building identity, you're generating trust. This can be educational content, in-depth content, problem-solving content, tutorials, but it can also be really good identity-driven storytelling too. And if you want to generate sales, leads, clients, bookings, product sales, whatever it might be, you create bottom-of-funnel content that speaks to a very narrow group of people, so much less views, but ideally higher conversion into actual clients, leads, or sales. You are speaking to people who have the problem that your product solves. They are ready to get the outcome. They're about to go over the line, but your content needs to handle their objections and get them there. It needs to give proof. It needs to give reassurance. But Lana, I want my content to get views, followers, and sales. How can I do that? This is the part that nobody else really teaches you. You can do all three in the one piece of content, and I'm going to show you how, because this is something I do all the time. You can build a full funnel inside the one video. You start broad, then you qualify, and then you convert. Let me explain how to do this. So first of all, you hook the masses. You say something at the start of your video that's going to appeal to a wide group of people in your niche. So I could say something like, I have discovered a hairstyling hack that has completely changed the game. Anyone who's interested in hairstyling is going to stop and pay attention. But then you need to identify the right people. So I would maybe throw in a line right after that saying, if you're somebody with long straight hair that never holds volume, this is going to change your life. Then you qualify even further by solving a really specific problem. This tool takes me 5 minutes to use every single day and keeps my hair bouncy from morning till night. Then you remove the hesitation, the friction, the objection. If you're somebody who has a million hair tools that end up shoved in a drawer 2 weeks later, this is the one that you will reach for every single day, I swear to God. So you can either create separate pieces of content that do an individual job, or one good solid piece of content that does absolutely everything. If you want to know more about how to do this step by step in more detail, this is what I talk about in the Content Club. I have an entire section called the Content Mix that identifies what job each piece of content does. If you want to know more about this, join the Content Club.